This is a KOCO 5 First Alert Weather Severe Weather Update.
Well, thunderstorms continue this evening. However, the risk for severe weather has been very low. We have not had any severe thunderstorm warnings across Oklahoma yet. However, that window for severe weather to still be there is certainly still going to be around for a few more hours. Right now, though, seeing a cluster of storms that are happening across central and eastern Oklahoma. Let's first zoom into this batch of rain that we see up in northeastern Oklahoma County. Look at all the lightning that is associated with that, moving up to the northeast towards MC, Kearney, up towards Tryon. That's headed towards Perkins, Cushing, and in towards Payne County. All this rain right along I-35 from Bremen to Blackwell down towards Red Rock. Looks pretty nice on radar. Love to see the rain and the lightning on here without the threat, at least for significant severe weather. Haven't had any warnings out of this, but we've had a good amount of rain. You know, some areas in western Oklahoma have already picked up more rain in the last 3 hours than they picked up over the last 125 days. It has been incredibly dry, but it's nice to kind of change things around a bit. Let's hope this is a trend in the right direction here. So we're going to jump out to all of our storm chasers. Let's first go out to Chris Lee, who is currently in Anadarko. Chris Lee, quite a bit of lightning making its way across the county. Give us an update, Chris, with what you're seeing.
Yeah, Damon, quite a bit of lightning, and I just kind of wanted to show you here the street light, the stop-and-go light here at 2nd Street on Highway 62. It's dark. There's no power here, but if you look, there is power here in town. When we were coming into town, we noticed there was a kind of a power flash. It didn't seem to be it didn't seem to be associated with any kind of weather event. It was raining, but it was not heavy wind. But it does seem to be a power issue here in Anadarko. Aside from that, quite a bit of lightning and quite a bit of rain. We've not seen any hail with any of these storms, and they are moving through and providing quite a bit of rain for, hopefully getting rid of some of this drought that we've been dealing with. And we're in the colder air, so not too worried about severe weather, but we're certainly watching these storms as they move through. Damon?
Yeah, and it's great to see that the risk for severe weather has really been kind of disrupted as this front is just surging down to the south. That is what we like to see. When the cold front moves through, if it feels chilly, if you get a north wind, that can really lower the tornado risk by quite a bit. And we're seeing that, not that our tornado risk was ever all that high today, but for a lot of us that are still up and just unsure of how to handle the rest of the night, if you're watching really anywhere in central Oklahoma, the tornado risk is coming down by quite a bit. Let's go back over to the radar if we can right now, because I do want to show, here's Chris's location in Anadarko. We have storm command right now just in northeastern Comanche County. Let's check in with Michael right now. Michael, give us an update on what you're seeing.
Yeah, Damon, we just kind of punched through the storms that are moving up toward Norman and Blanchard. We're going to head right back up the turnpike and get back into them. But we did not find any hail in them, but the crosswinds across I-44 were pretty strong at times. We had some gusts, in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range, really kind of pushing Storm Command around a little bit, mainly because it was a crosswind. So for anybody who has to get out and drive around up and down the A.G. Bailey, I know it's late at night, but for anybody who maybe has to get out early for work or something like that here early in the morning, you're going to have to deal with some wind with these storms. Now, we're not talking about severe winds, but they were strong enough, again, to just kind of push us around a little bit. We have noticed quite a few cloud-to-ground lightning strikes as well with this activity. Good thing is it's north of the cold front, so that really limits the tornado potential. Any type of tornadic activity right now, I think, Damon, you would have to go all the way down toward Pauls Valley to even find a risk area at this point because of how quickly that cold front's pushing back to you.
Yeah, that front really is surging down to the south, and so, as I mentioned before, that will help to diminish the tornado threat in a pretty big way. It's not going to kill our rain chances by any means, but it will help lower the tornado risk. So, getting the rain without much of a severe weather threat, what more could you ask for this time of the year? Let's go back over to the radar. Let's check in with Nick Smith. Nick, give us an update on where you are and what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, Damon, I am currently, we're northbound on I-44. We're kind of close to the Cement and Surreal area. And honestly, Damon, we keep seeing what appears to be a power flash. And I think it's just a power line that's arcing back up to our northwest right now. And so we're trying to get a little bit further north to take a look at it. It's intermittent every once in a while, but we have seen it. We've seen some lightning out here, a lot of rain, which is great. But Michael was talking about that crosswind. It is brutal here on I-44. So definitely, like you said, be careful if you're getting out. If you stopped at a truck stop and you're seeing us on there, just know if you're driving a truck in a high profile vehicle, definitely be careful on these roads because these winds are whipping us around. Back to you.
Yeah, there are some strong winds. The winds were strong out of the south for the last 2 days. Now they are strong from the north behind this front. So I totally understand how you're feeling there, Nick. Let's check in with Shane Helton. Shane is south of Clinton, headed up into northern Oklahoma, where this rain is now showing signs of changing over to snow way out across northwest. Shane, it still looks like rain. Give us an update with what you're seeing out across western Oklahoma, Shane.
Yeah, right now, Damon, I am seeing just rain, which is great. It's absolutely wonderful. I can't tell you how excited I am to see this rain. With the exception of some wind, I believe Sabrina told me earlier about a 55-mile-an-hour wind gust, and very little reports of hail. In fact, it was like pea-sized hail that you talked about earlier. No reports at all of any circulation that I know of, and however, there was some lightning. Now, I know that lightning caused a wind turbine. It struck a wind turbine up in northwest Oklahoma, caused it to catch on fire. There is a structure fire up there due to lightning and a possibility of a tank battery. I know when I got that report, the fire department was still en route. They weren't absolutely positive where they were heading, but or exactly what they were looking for, but they thought it was a tank battery, and they were still en route. And that's been an hour ago. But, I'm heading north now towards the Woodward area. Where I'm going to go look for snow, see what happens. We're expecting snow all day today. So I'm going to go find it. Damon, back to you.
Yeah, you'll find quite a bit of it out across extreme northern Oklahoma. So we still have a ways to go. This line of storms extends all the way down to I-20 in Texas, the big country of Texas. So this entire system is going to lift up to the north. The only warnings we have had so far have been in the big country of Texas near Haskell and Throckmorton. But otherwise, it's just been a nice rain and now changing over to snow out across northwestern Oklahoma. We're continuing to watch it all throughout the night. Keep it with KOCO 5 News. We'll bring you the first alert.